Hi guys, today we are exploring the psychological effects of the Libra moon. I am Lika and you're watching Platonic Dreams. What is it like to have a Libra moon? I myself know quite a little bit about this placement because it's my own, so I know all about the difficulties, but let's explore. Libra's evolutionary goal is the attainment of some sort of unbreakable inner harmony and calmness. And the emphasis lies on attainment because now it definitely does not come naturally to Libra moon. Libra moons naturally tend to be a bit more unbalanced, and we will explore why in a minute. Libra is a cardinal air sign, which is ruled by Venus, and it is symbolized by the scales. And funnily enough, it's the only sign of the zodiac that is represented by an inanimate object, by the scales. And this already tells us something about what the Libra energy is like. Libra energy is first and foremost strives towards objectivity and mental understanding. So, as I said, Libra moon's emotional security comes from attaining or striving towards inner harmony and calmness. So the goal is to be utterly vulnerable and sensitive towards other people and the environment, and yet calm. And this tranquility must be actually achieved through hard work. And this is why Libra is a cardinal sign. Cardinal signs, they initiate things and they put the work behind it. So Libra has to, with Libra there is a conscious effort involved in their mental pursuits. So what are the needs of a Libra moon? Libra moon really needs deep connections and harmonious social interactions and deep relationships. Libra rules the 7th house, which is the house of marriage, of partnership, of business partnership, the house of the other. Libra is very oriented towards people because people serve as mirrors for them. For the Libra moon, they understand their emotions through interactions with others and through seeing themselves mirrored in others and through the feedback of others. So Libra, it's not like they are totally dependent on other people or a pushover or anything like that. That's not true. But they know and they feel that they really need other people. That's just how they function, because it's the scales. And when we're here, we need somebody else to balance us out. And Libra is engaged in this constant balancing act. And this is just how their mind functions and how their emotions function. So, as I said before, Libra really needs balance and harmony and fairness in themselves and in their surroundings. Libra is very tuned to the give and take, and this is why they won't stay in a relationship that's unfair or uneven, and they won't really be used, like they won't really allow themselves to be in a one-sided relationship for too long. They just really care about the give and take. So they want the relationship to be, the partners be equal, and everything has to be fair. So Libra works at reconciling opposites, and which of course is a lot of work. They constantly try to bring balance into extremes. they also need objectivity and intellectuality to function well. So it's Libra is an air sign, so they use their mental powers for creating rapport between others. They use their mental powers to form bonds, and in a relationship, they also care a lot about mental connection, and they will use their mental abilities to create equality and fairness and to create bonds. They also really need to see themselves or to be reasonable, because it's very important for them to constantly be able to see all sides of an argument, and they will also always strive to understand themselves intellectually. They are also prone to rationalize and intellectualize their emotions, which to a certain degree is helpful to them because this is how they process them, but there's also the danger of disassociating from their emotions and to not really feel things, but to rather think about how they feel, if that makes sense. They have a very careful and deliberate way of expressing their emotions. Before they decide on how they feel, they will play devil's advocate with themselves, and they will try to see their situation from all sides, and they will try to understand how they feel, if that's rational and if that makes sense and if that's fair, and they will try to see the point of view of all parties involved, and then they will decide on what's the most reasonable emotion to have, which might sound super crazy to a water moon, but for air moons, that's just how it works. It's also similar to a Virgo moon. Virgo is also a very analytical sign, and they are ruled by Mercury, which is the intellect, the mind, and Virgo moon is similar in that regard, but Libra moon really isn't cold or anything. They just try to be fair, and I see it kind of like, or at least that's for me, that's how it is. I know how hurtful it can be for other people when, let's say, I have a very intense rage, or I feel intensely jealous or whatever, and of course I could just indulge in this feeling, but for me, I always try to think, okay, am I being unfair? Am I being cruel to somebody? Is this emotion just some kind of deep-seated fear or rage? I always try to psychologically understand why I'm feeling this way, and if I'm being unjust to anybody. And I don't say that it always works, but at least that's how I try to navigate the world and navigate my relationships. And also the Libra moon really needs the harmony not only in the inside but also in the outside, so it's really important for them to have a serene environment, and to have a beautiful and quiet environment, just like harmonious colors and no like chaos, and nothing that's too brash, because that just helps them to maintain the inner calmness. So they are very attuned to aesthetics, and they have a very strong artistic sensibility, and it can be perceived as superficial because they really love beauty and serene surroundings, but it also serves kind of like an evolutionary purpose, because it really, or a psychological purpose, because it really helps them to maintain inner peace, and it really helps them to feel more serene and calm, which, yeah, they always have to work towards feeling calm, because that doesn't come naturally to them. And since they're an air sign, they perceive many things on a mental level, and they constantly think and overthink and analyze and try to balance and try to be fair. And this is quite a lot of intellectual work, and that's why they need to find the balance in their surroundings and constantly find calmness and beauty, and just something that soothes them. So let's talk about what are the skills of the Libra moon. I would say that Libra moon has it a little bit easier actually in the work environment. They're actually pretty gifted when it comes to the work environment, because they are so fair, and it's actually easy to get along with them, especially when there are no strong feelings involved, like in a work business setting. So they will always try to be fair and nice and pleasurable and pleasing. So they won't be harsh or like chaotic in a workplace. And they're also very analytical. So they are always looking to find solutions to problems that are fair and good for everybody. So yeah, this is why actually work environment can be much easier for them than personal relationships, because yeah, personal relationships tend to not be as serene and calm as they might want to have them, because emotions can be volatile and chaotic, and relationships yeah, are not always what we want them to be. So Libra moons are really gifted in creating beauty and creating beautiful spaces. They can also be very good artists, because they're just so attuned to harmonious combinations or constellations. They are extremely good mediators, because they won't let their emotions get in the way. They will really be this objective outside force that sees all sides and will make an impartial decision, or at least try to. So yeah, they are really, really fair. Also, they are really good at talking. They can have a really eloquent speech. They are very good at expressing their thoughts, especially when they feel calm and collected. And they are also very good analysts. And they also really think before they do something, so they are not so much prone for impulsive decisions. Libra moon really needs to remember that without commitment, life is just one long wait, and that's it. And they can really get totally paralyzed in that. I think it's called analysis paralysis. This can really happen for the Libra moon. So I don't know, they need to find a solution. I don't know, do the tarot or throw the dice or ask a friend, but it's really important to make a decision at one point, and just, yeah, also have the courage to do so, and also have the courage to maybe be unfair sometimes, or fail or make a mistake. In the end, it's always better to do something and try something, and then you will see if it was the right decision or not, and you will have learned something from that. I think that's really important for Libra. So yeah, the wound of the Libra moon is a lack of emotional independence. They can be very codependent in relationship, because even though it's an air sign, they are really actually very emotional, because they are really psychically attuned to other people, and other people affect them in an extraordinary way. So yeah, this will just be a lifelong task, to try and be more emotionally independent and draw emotional boundaries, and not let your emotions be so much affected by the emotions of others. When it comes to the Libra moon's mother, Yeah, it can also be a bit difficult. It's possible that their mother was more concerned with her personal relationships than with the relationship between her and the child. And it's also possible that the relationship was more mental and more business-like rather than emotional and nurturing. It's also possible that she instilled somewhat superficial values in the native, in the Libra moon native, because it's possible that she was probably very beautiful and very gracious, and social acceptance might have mattered to her in an extraordinary way. And of course, the Libra moon child kind of learned from that and just soaked it up and thought that this is the most important thing, to be accepted and liked by others. And this is how the people pleasing can come into play in adult years, because that's just what we learned. So yeah, this people pleasing can lead to trouble with expressing raw emotions and real emotions. There might be some sort of self-censorship. So the Libra moon might always run the emotions through a filter before they express them, which can really hinder true intimacy, especially when you try to bond with a water moon person, or with a earth person, even just somebody who navigates the world with emotions, and you try to bond with this kind of person, then you really need to show your vulnerable and raw side. I mean, when you deal with a Scorpio, they don't want you to be pleasing, they want you to be super authentic and real. And Libra moon deserves to show these sides as well, and I think it would do them good. Yes, this Libra moon can be very self-controlled. This emphasis on graciousness and acceptability and elegance and beauty and pleasantness can really inhibit spontaneity and intimacy. Yeah, this is just something, I think this is something that comes with age, but it's good to be aware of it in youth already. Also through this overthinking there can come a lot of like avoidance and stagnation, like with the Two of Swords, the tarot card. They can be very scared of decisions and very scared of conflicts, so they can become trapped in a rigid comfort zone, and this can inhibit their growth and also their happiness, because these comfort zones in the end, they don't tend to make us really happy. So maybe the Libra moon can try to learn how to make how to make decisions based on emotions, which could be scary, but I think it could be a good challenge to leave the comfort zone. So yeah, all in all, this can be quite of a challenging moon sign, because I think it can take quite a while to find that sweet spot of inner balance and peace and inner independence. This can take a long time. But yeah, also just look at the aspects that your moon makes, because this will really modify the expression of your moon, as always. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I see you in the next video. Bye.